There's a video going around of Jack and Lily. At first, it's just a sweet clip of two children picking apples, eating snacks, giggling at cartoons. But then, people noticed the date. May 3rd, the day after they vanished without a trace. Speculation exploded. Are Jack and Lily alive? Are they safe? Hidden somewhere? But what if I told you this video isn't what it seems, and the truth is far darker than the smiles on that screen? Because behind this video lies a case filled with black eyes, bruises, drugs, and a timeline so twisted that it may hold the key to what really happened to these children. Tonight, we're going to examine this video, the rumors, and the uncomfortable truths that everyone keeps missing. Because these children deserve more than rumors. They deserve justice. To continue with this, kindly subscribe to our channel if you believe in fighting for justice. We've just crossed 500 subscribers, all because of your support, and we need that same energy to reach 1,000, then 5,000, and then 10,000, then 100,000, and so on. So go ahead and drop your DNA on that subscribe button, because wherever you are, the day this vision is fulfilled, I will send my appreciation straight to you. Let's keep building this community that fights for justice together. There's a video going around of Jack and Lily, and at first glance, it will melt your heart. Two missing children, smiling, picking apples, giggling as they watch cartoons while eating snacks. It looks so normal, so peaceful, but the internet exploded when people saw the date, May 3rd, 2025, a day after they supposedly vanished. Rumors took off like wildfire, that they're alive, that they're hidden somewhere safe, that someone took them to protect them. But behind these sweet smiles, behind the soft giggles, lies a chilling truth the internet keeps missing. Because that date on the video isn't the day it was taken, it's just the day it was posted. The reality is, Jack and Lily are still missing. No confirmed sightings, no solid leads, just silence. And while people debate theories online, the hard truth is that there are allegations of black eyes, bruises, and drugs in the house where they lived. This video isn't proof that Jack and Lily are safe. It's a haunting reminder of what was stolen. We don't know exactly when this video was filmed, but we know it wasn't by Mail Haya or Daniel. It was taken by someone else. Someone who cared enough to include Jack and Lily in simple moments, picking apples, helping them grab snacks, letting them be children for just a little while. It's clear Jack and Lily felt safe in that moment, away from the chaos we now know surrounded their small lives. But as this video circulates, let's remember, sweet videos don't erase bruises. They don't erase black eyes. They don't erase the silence that swallowed these children after May 2nd. We can't let these soft, happy moments blind us to the red flags that wave over this case, like warning signals no one wants to see. Because this video is not a resolution, it's not closure, it's a snapshot of what was before everything became a nightmare. We need to be clear, the date on this video says, May 3rd, 2025. The internet ran wild, claiming Jack and Lily were safe, hidden away with someone good, that they had been rescued. That maybe, just maybe, there was a happy ending. But that's not true. The date is just a posting date, not when this was filmed. It's an illusion, and illusions can be dangerous when children's lives are at stake. Because while people shared this clip, convinced these children were safe somewhere, the truth remained, Jack and Lily were gone. No confirmed sightings, no solid leads, just a video, haunting us with what used to be. It's been more than 2 months now. 2 months of rumors, theories, and hopeful lies, but the bruises reported on Jack's small body, the drugs allegedly found in the house, the conflicting stories from the adults who were supposed to protect them. Those facts don't disappear just because a sweet video surfaced. In this video, you'll see Jack and Lily laughing, picking apples, dropping them into a plastic cart. You'll hear their tiny voices asking for snacks, giggling over cartoons, Lily's hand reaching for Jack's as he toddles after her. It's a scene that feels so normal.
What's that? Daddy bear.
Yeah. Is it good, Jack? Yummy, you got 2 of them. What? You want me to carry them for you? Here, give them to me. And I'll put them in Nene's skirt.
So heartbreakingly normal that it makes you want to believe everything is okay. But it's not, because when you look closer, you remember these are the same children who, according to official timelines, vanished without a trace. The same children who were told, dressed themselves, opened a silent door, climbed fences, and dissolved into the wilderness in 20 impossible minutes. The same children whose parents' stories change with every telling. The same children described by their parents as nonverbal, withdrawn, yet described by teachers and bus drivers as loud, talkative, and full of life. And you realize this video isn't comfort, it's evidence. It's proof that Jack and Lily existed, that they were loved by someone enough to take them apple picking, to feed them snacks, to record their laughter. It's a reminder that they were here, and now they are gone. When this video surfaced, the internet caught fire. People started saying the children were safe, hidden somewhere, protected. They clung to the hope that Jack and Lily were alive, that this was new footage, proof they had escaped whatever nightmare was closing in. But that hope was quickly shattered. Because the date on the video, it wasn't the day it was recorded, it was the day it was uploaded. The person who took this video, someone who clearly cared about Jack and Lily, who included them in activities with their own child, was not Malia, was not Daniel. And now 2 months later, there are still no solid leads, no confirmed sightings, just a swirl of rumors, theories, and fear. What happened to Jack and Lily after this moment of laughter in the orchard? How do children who giggle over cartoons, who ask for snacks, who cling to an adult's hand, simply vanish? How does a timeline that should be filled with the noise of children become silent? Because while the internet was busy clinging to hope, darker details began to surface. Allegations that Jack had been seen with black eyes, that there were unexplained bruises, that drugs were present in the house. You see, this isn't a case where we can comfortably believe the children are safe somewhere, hidden away by a well-meaning relative, waiting to return when the heat dies down. No, the environment Jack and Lily were last seen in was a house already swirling with red flags, substance abuse, domestic conflict, isolation from family, and stories that never quite matched. This video, as sweet as it is a haunting reminder of what these children lost. A reminder that just days, maybe even hours, before they vanished, they were laughing, living, trusting the adults around them. And now we're left with nothing but questions. Where are Jack and Lily Sullivan? And what really happened after the last laughter faded in that orchard? To understand why this video feels like a ghost trapped in pixels, we need to look at the timeline. According to official reports, Jack and Lily disappeared on May 2nd, 2025, between 8:20 and 9:40 a.m. Yet this video, dated May 3rd, caused chaos online. People clung to the hope that it was proof the children were still alive, safe somewhere. But that's not true. The date was just the upload date, not when the video was filmed. So when was it filmed? And who filmed it? It wasn't taken by Malia. It wasn't taken by Daniel. It was filmed by someone else, someone who clearly cared for Jack and Lily, including them in activities with their own child. The video shows a normal, happy moment, but when placed against the disappearance timeline, it becomes eerie. Because while they were laughing and eating snacks in this orchard, the clock was ticking down on their final days in public view. Days where they stopped being seen at school. Days where their world became smaller, more isolated. Days before they simply vanished. Because while they were laughing and eating snacks in this orchard, the clock was ticking down on their final days in public view. Days where they stopped being seen at school. Days where their world became smaller, more isolated. Days before they simply vanished. And in those days, the only people claiming to see them were those inside that small trailer on Gearlock Road, Malia and Daniel. Their stories about those final days would shift and fracture with each retelling. Daniel said the kids missed Thursday and Friday because Lily was sick. Then later he claimed they hadn't gone to school all week. Malia described hearing them playing, laughing, and running around the house the morning they vanished. Yet these stories don't match what people outside the trailer observed. Or rather what they didn't observe, because in that isolated community, neighbors didn't see Jack or Lily. They weren't on the bus. They weren't seen playing outside. Two children described as loud, talkative, and impossible to keep quiet became invisible, while supposedly still alive. That's what makes this video so haunting. It shows them as they should have been alive, carefree, messy with apple juice and snack crumbs. But it's just a memory, playing on a loop, while the truth remains buried under contradictions and silence. May 2nd, 2025, the day the impossible happened. According to Malia, she was drifting in and out of sleep that morning, hearing Lily and Jack play in the next room. Daniel claimed he saw Lily at the doorway, telling them to keep quiet so baby Meadow could sleep. But here's where the timeline fractures again. Daniel says he saw Lily but not Jack, yet somehow knew Jack was wearing his blue dinosaur boots that morning. He claimed he was dozing, yet also interacting with Lily. These details can't exist in the same reality. Around 8:20 a.m., Malia claimed she realized the house was silent. She jumped out of bed, checked the room, and found nothing. In just 20 minutes, two small children, one of them only 4, wearing pull-up diapers, allegedly dressed themselves in silence, put on boots without waking their parents, opened what the family calls the silent doors, that supposedly makes no sound, closed it quietly behind them, and disappeared. They would have had to climb over a fence too tall for their ages without a sound. On a morning when their parents claimed to have been half awake, in a small trailer where any noise carries through thin walls, no one saw them leave. No one heard them, and within 20 minutes, they were gone. What exactly happened in those 20 minutes? And why just 24 hours later, did homicide detectives arrive for what was supposed to be a missing children's search? The parents claimed they searched immediately. Daniel says he ran through the trailer, then the yard, then jumped into his car to check the dirt roads and drainage ditches nearby. Meanwhile, Malia stayed home and dialed 911, but even this moment is tangled in contradictions. The official 911 call is logged around 10 a.m., but a police dispatch report notes the children were last seen around 8 a.m., not 9:40 as Daniel would later claim. That's an hour of silence, an hour no one has ever fully explained. Why the delay in calling for help in a missing children case? Why did Daniel, who supposedly left in a rush to search, not immediately demand help from neighbors in a close-knit, watchful community? In a place where everyone knows everyone, where a car on the road is rare enough to draw eyes, no one saw the children, no one saw Daniel searching. And that missing hour is the black hole in the Sullivan case, swallowing any clear explanation of how and when Lily and Jack truly disappeared. That morning, officers from the RCMP arrived and began what they called a standard missing children's protocol. But within 24 hours, the search turned into something else. Homicide detectives were brought in, quietly under the radar, in an investigation that was no longer just about missing children wandering off. What did the RCMP see, hear, or find that made them escalate this case so quickly? What was in the first interviews with Malia and Daniel that triggered suspicions strong enough to shift the entire operation? This was no longer just about two children vanishing. It was about unraveling what really happened inside that trailer, in those impossible 20 minutes, and in the lost hour that followed. The community rallied fast. Volunteers, neighbors, even strangers from nearby towns gathered to comb the dense woods, drainage ditches, abandoned sheds, and deer trails that surrounded Gearlock Road. Search dogs were brought in. Normally, scent dogs can track children quickly, following the trail of muddy boots and the scent of small bodies brushing against grass and twigs. But this time, there was nothing. Handlers reported the dogs picking up a trace near the back steps, but it ended almost immediately at the edge of the yard. No trail led into the forest, no scent path down the dirt roads. It was as if Lily and Jack Sullivan had stepped off the earth itself. Searchers spread out in grid patterns, calling their names, hoping for a child's voice, a cry, a rustle in the leaves. Nothing. Meanwhile, inside the trailer, police were trying to piece together what had happened that morning. Malia's story, that she was drifting in and out of sleep while hearing the kids play, then silence. Daniel's story, that he saw Lily in the doorway multiple times, telling the kids to be quiet for baby Meadow. But the statements changed. At first, Daniel said he saw Lily wearing her pink shirt. Later, he claimed he didn't see Jack at all that morning, but somehow he could describe Jack's blue dinosaur boots. If the kids had been quietly getting ready to leave? Why did Daniel keep interacting with them? If he didn't see Jack, how did he know Jack's clothing in detail? Why did no one hear the children open the silent door and climb fences that should have been impossible for them to scale alone? Then came the bigger red flags. When officers asked about the days before the disappearance, Malia and Daniel's timelines didn't match. First they said Lily was sick, missing one day of school. Then it became multiple days. Teachers and the bus driver had seen the kids on April 29th. After that, no one had. It meant Lily and Jack had effectively vanished from the community days before they were officially reported missing. In missing children cases, time is everything. Every hour matters. But here the timeline was already fractured before the search even began. And in the midst of the confusion, RCMP quietly escalated their investigation, bringing in specialized homicide detectives and forensic teams to the tiny trailer on Gearlock Road. Because what was becoming clear was that this was no ordinary disappearance. As the days turned into weeks, and weeks into months, Lily and Jack's faces remained on missing posters, their giggles frozen in that apple orchard video, their innocence overshadowed by the silence that swallowed them. This case isn't just about two missing children. It's about a timeline that doesn't add up, a family whose stories keep shifting, and a system that may have failed them long before they disappeared. Somewhere someone knows exactly what happened in those final days before May 2nd. And until the truth is uncovered, Lily and Jack remain voices unheard, stories unfinished. We will keep digging, because these children deserve justice, and the world deserves the truth. Stay tuned for our next deep dive as we continue to unravel the contradictions, hidden connections, and chilling realities surrounding this case. Make sure you're here when we return with the next part, because this is far from over.